Hey! Whoa! Nuclear explosion. There we go. It's fixing itself. Hello, everybody. Oh my god. Camera. What are you doing? Oh, no, it's too dark. No, it's... Oh my god. White balance is okay. Exposure. Exposure is the... Why is it... Huh? No, that's still... That looks okay, but if I go to auto... Oh my god, it's sunlight! I'm burning. Come on, camera, get your crap together. And now I still look like... I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening with my webcam. I cannot fix this. I guess it's my t-shirt? That's causing the complications? I don't know. See, my hand looks okay, and then I take my hand away. Oh, colors. Hello, you beautiful people. I'm gonna leave this as it is because this webcam, baby. And I just made a decision not to buy a better webcam yet. Financially, it doesn't make sense. And then there's the topic of I've been hearing that the current edition of the Logitech C920, which is like the best camera for webcam for the money, is not very good in terms of like the cable stops working properly. The USB cable that goes from it to your computer stops working properly after a while, so I really don't want to take the chance. Also, I'm kind of more interested in waiting to see if I can pick up something that's like the next generation after the C920. There's the C930, which is pretty much the same thing as the C920, only more expensive. It's got a wider lens on it apparently, but it's pretty much the same thing, so yeah. Hello, you beautiful people. I'll start saying hello to Hacker and answering that yes, the second address is still valid. Indeed it is. So is the first one, but I don't know for how long. Dark Daedalus, ew. Hello, you beautiful people. How are you? Oh yeah, I miss you guys. Every time this live stream goes off, I miss you guys so much. It's always a nice feeling to come back here and have fun with some really, really cool and wonderful people. Just let me say that first of all. Now, I don't know what you guys have been up to lately. Besides the fact that I have rearranged my stream setup on Saturday and had a really terrible stream with Sherlock Holmes on the GOG Spooky Show. And I mean terrible in the sense that I was completely out of it. I think my level of being tired kind of went over 9,000 or something because I was like completely out of it during that stream, and I guess you guys could see it too. It wasn't a particularly good. Oh god, this thing! Just trying to arrange something to stay in one position and it just doesn't want to. Okay, then whatever. Leave it like that. I may just do one of these. Wait, give me a second, guys. It's nothing, but it's my OCD kicking in. Ah! I dropped something, of course. Okay, there we go. That's not better. That's actually worse. What am I doing? Okay, that's better. Okay, there we go. So... yeah, the Sherlock Holmes stream was not my best moment ever, and so I will give that game more chances on the next spooky shows. It was fun. I like it. I don't know how fun it is for you guys, but for me, it is quite fun. It's just that sometimes I just have a problem with adventure games that I know it's meant for you to go around and explore and find solutions, but sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do now. And that just brings a level of frustration on board, and I think you guys could sense that a little bit. And I'm sorry if the stream wasn't all that great. I'm hoping the next Sherlock Holmes stream will be better.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
And I will be counting on your wonderful support when you guys are in chat. being there, having fun, making fun, having fun with me, making fun of me and with me, and giving me hints and directions and indications and telling me what to freaking do. Because, like I said, I want the Sherlock Holmes stream to be that series to be played together with you guys. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah, No Man's Sky. I've been watching a lot of No Man's Sky. Well, not watching. I had it in the background while doing other things. Preparing for the Deus Ex streams here. A little bit. So No Man's Sky. I've watched the review from Lazy Game Reviews on YouTube. Clint there, who is like a really cool guy, and I really like his channel, by the way. Make sure you give that channel a follow. He has played No Man's Sky for quite a bit, and he said that at first he found it to be, just like I was saying, like it's not the kind of game that he was interested in. It's not the kind of game he was looking for. I'm running out of music because I've been talking. Let's go with this one because it's always a goodie. And he said that he was a little bit bored with it at first, but then around hour 20 hours, guys, 20 hours into the game, he started to have a better feeling for the game because he no longer was inventory limited, so he had the ability to carry more resources. He said he had a lot more fun. He was fighting bad guys in space. The enemies, you know, those drones, they actually go into like bigger things. It's not just drones. You fight mechs and all of the cool stuff on some of the more advanced planets later in the game. Your ship gets bigger. You got more items to build, more equipment to build and to put together. And he said there is a more, let's say, clear direction, that there is some sort of a story in the game around the hour 20. So I kind of have changed my mind a little bit. I'm not saying it's not a game for me. It's a game that I would rather... The problem for me is that I'm not such a big fan of the gathering building games, survival or not. I haven't really put in the time into one to actually say whether if I would put in the time, I would eventually like them. But from what I've seen on No Man's Sky, it's actually a fun game. But it's not for me in the sense that I don't know if I would have the patience to spend 20 hours until I get to the actual meat of the game. And I've been watching Carnage stream it, and it's like really a lot of work and micromanagement of the inventory and all of your resources. To be honestly, I don't have the patience of putting a lot of time into... I mean, it's not necessarily bad pacing, Dark Daedalus. I think it is what the game's pacing is. You know what I mean? It's like the game is intentionally slow building you, because the guys at Hello Games said there's over 100 hours of gameplay in that game. Over 100 hours of gameplay. So I'm just thinking maybe that's how the game starts. I don't know if that was the best decision. Carnage loves it. He loves it. He loves the beginning part when he's just gathering resources and increasing his inventory space and getting better this and better that and building equipment and getting a bigger ship and a better exosuit and all of that stuff. He loves those elements. For me, it just seems like a lot of busy work, and I don't know if I would have fun doing it, which is why I said I would rather watch someone else do it. If I would be able to jump into that game and have a sense of like there's characters to talk to, and there are, but it's limited at the beginning, and then when you learn more of their language, you get to understand more of what's happening actually and who the races are. And apparently the factions and your relationship with them has an influence over your trading abilities, and all of that stuff is just really chill and relaxed and slow build up to those elements. So I don't know if it's a game for me, but I have definitely changed my mind. I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a game from let's say a different school of game design, one we haven't seen in a long time. Probably since like the early days when games used to do that a lot and not hold your hand. I definitely, for example, remember I tried Elder Scrolls Daggerfall recently. I put it on my computer and I said, I want to check it out. Maybe one day stream it on GOG. I have it on GOG already. And the first dungeon, you wake up in a dungeon. The first dungeon is so difficult, and the game doesn't explain anything about its mechanics. Anything at all. For example, I had a sword, and I killed some rats. And then I killed sort of a bat. And then I find this other flying creature, and I'm trying to hit it with my sword, and the game tells me the material from which your weapon is made of is inefficient against this type of creature. I'm like, I didn't know that. I didn't even know that was a possibility. So I think Hello Games went with an old school design choice there. I think maybe there was a lot more hype than they needed there, and I think there was a misunderstanding of what the game is. But now that I have seen more of it, I don't think it's a bad game. I definitely don't think it's a bad game. The ports and everything like that, guys, come on, let's be honest here. Unless they completely stop fixing it, which I doubt it, because they were actively working on patches, and they announced that they are actively working on patches. But it is a huge game made by 15 people. I did not expect that game to launch without problems. Hell, Battlefield has been launching with nothing but problems in recent years, and those games have huge budgets and like hundreds of people working on them. Ubisoft games, how many of those games have launched with bugs and issues? Remember Assassin's Creed Unity and the situation with the missing textures and faces? Remember Assassin's Creed Unity and how many bugs that game had? Believe me, Ubisoft has a massive studio here in Romania that works on almost every of their games. They have studios all over the United States, all over Europe. What are we talking about? That game was rushed, and that game was like, that is a game where you should be angry. Like, hey guys, you had 600 people, $200 million to make a AAA game, and you fucked it up. 15 people making an indie game that's procedurally generated and that has a few issues at launch. Sure, there are some performance problems, but they will get fixed. It's not exactly hard to do, seeing that the game actually is acceptably running on the PlayStation 4. Is it what everybody wanted? No, because I think a lot of people were too willing to see it as a Star Citizen, as a, I don't know what else, a AAA game, and it's not. It's an indie game, built around the idea that you go and you gather materials and you build up your ship, build up your inventory, develop all of your equipment and things. Just give it some time. I'm thinking in less than 3 months, it will be in a better position. I think a lot of what Hello Games is going to do in the future is running on this game. So I'm thinking that they have some ideas in there which they're probably going to develop. And there's going to be a lot of player feedback now, and there's going to be a lot of input, and they're going to take it and they're going to develop that game. But I am impressed with what I've seen, to the point where I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's a good game, one that has been slightly misunderstood, which has some technical issues. But then again, Code Carnage, right? The guy is a streamer. He installed the game live on stream for the first time ever, launched it, no problems, no technical issues, the game works for him. I know other people haven't had the same experience, but hey, this is the age we live in, when deadlines and contracts are very important to meet. Now, enough with all that jibber jabber. I hope you guys don't mind me having a little bit of a talk here. I like talking with you guys, and it's making me... Where is my... Oh, it's doing this again. Why? It was working like a minute ago. Let's give this... What's happening? Let's take the music away. I don't know why it does this. Okay, now I can hear it. But I can't see it. Bigger video. HDMI, HDMI. Yes. Okay, let me... I'm hoping this will not cause my game to... Whoa, the chat is getting... Has that fixed it? Maybe that's a little bit better. Stop sitting so still, says Monster Cookie Man. Haha. Yeah. Guys, I'm hoping what I'm going to do now is